How do the rich get rich and stay rich? What do they really invest in? Discover North America's best kept investment secrets. See Dan Lok live, one time only, February 23rd and 24th. Seating is limited. Get your tickets now. secretsoftherichevent.com. Click the link in the description.
In our financial life, we go through different stages. I believe there are 6 levels of wealth. Today, I'm going to share with you how I went from broke to multi-millionaire. And my goal for you is to walk away from this video with clarity, with confidence, and also walk away with a sense of direction. I want you to imagine for a second, let's say you and I are in a car, and we say that we want to go to downtown, which is about an hour away. We turn on our GPS and I say, let's go. Now, what if the GPS only shows you the destination and not where we are now? What are the chances of us getting to that destination, getting to downtown? 0 to none. You see, when it comes to money, when it comes to finance, one of the most important things that you have to do is to figure out where you want to go, where's the destination, and second, where you are at, where you're at today. Otherwise, you cannot get to that next level. Level number 1, financial dependence. What it means is at this stage, you are relying on someone else to provide for you financially. Now, they could be your parents, they could be your grandparents. It doesn't matter. And it has nothing to do with age. It has to do where your money is coming from. Because I know people who are in their 30s, in some cases 40s, still relying on other people to provide for them financially. They are at level 1. Now, maybe you are a full-time mom or full-time dad. Now, when it comes to parenting, to me, you are level 6 because you're taking care of your kids. But when it comes to your finance, in this case, what we're talking about, if you're relying on your spouse to provide for you 100% financially, when it comes to finance, you're at level 1. Does that make sense? So comment below to let me know where you're at. And then if you are good, and there's nothing wrong with it, we all start this way. We all started at level 1. The key is how quickly we break free from level 1 to level 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Level 2, financial survival. Maybe you have a job. At this stage, you are living paycheck to paycheck. You are relying on a job to provide for you. Maybe you have debt. Maybe you have student loan. Maybe you have a mortgage. You are struggling. You're just surviving, barely, month after month after month. I was stuck at this stage for a number of years because of my business failures, living with my mom. And I remember there was those nights where I couldn't sleep because I was constantly worrying about my finance and how we're gonna pay the bills, how we're gonna eat, right? And then remember, there are times where I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would be sweating because I was worrying and I was in this state of fear all the time. And that's level 2, financial survival. And unfortunately, most people, they are stuck at level 1 and 2. And then you have level 3, which is financial stability. Now, you are financially stable when you have, number 1, when your income is greater than your expense. That's the first criteria. The second thing is you have at least 6 months of cash that's equivalent of your monthly expense in the bank, in a saving account somewhere. So let's say your monthly expense is $5,000. You should have at least $30,000, $30K set aside that you don't touch for your emergency, for something that might happen. You don't touch that. That's when you know you're financially stable. Number 3, you also have no bad debt, no bad consumer debt. Now, you may have a little mortgage. That's perfectly fine. You have credit card. Nothing wrong with credit card. Credit card is fine, right? You're collecting points, right? You are being smart as long as you don't have credit card debt. You're paying off that credit card every single month, right? Not accumulating any kind of interest. Makes sense, right? Now, it doesn't matter if you're self-employed, doesn't matter if you're working at a job. That has nothing to do with that. How you make the money doesn't matter. It has to do with how you manage the money. Now, with myself, how I got to level 3 wasn't through traditional saving. I did it by increasing my income dramatically, by improving my skill sets, by upgrading my skill sets, by developing high income skills. Skill sets that I could offer, I could sell to the marketplace in exchange of money. That's how I got out of level 2, because I was stuck in level 2 for many years. Now, maybe you want to learn a skill set. Now, I don't know you and I don't know your situation and what is the ideal skill for you to develop. If you want to, I'll put a link somewhere here or here. You can take my quiz. It takes you 3 to 5 minutes. Then you will know, if you want to, what is the ideal high income skill that you should pursue. So that's level 3, financial stability. Level 4, financial comfort. Now, this is a level that most people never reach. Chances are when you're at level 4, maybe you have a portfolio, right? A stock portfolio that are growing, and maybe you have a couple income producing properties that are throwing off cash flow. Chances are you are already the top earners in your industry. You have a lot of income coming in and you're putting that aside. It means that you are regularly contributing to your retirement account. Now, not the only investment strategy that you have, but it is one of the things that you are already taking care of. Number 2, you have at least 2 years of living expenses put aside. So let's use the $5,000 example. $5,000 a month, that's your overhead, that's your monthly expense. It means times 24 months. So that means you have at least $120,000 in cash that you put aside in a saving account on top of your investment account that you invest for the long term and let the magic, the power of compound interest work for you. Maybe you, like I said, own a couple of properties. Also, it means that you've got a couple insurance policies in place, so in case anything happens to you, your family is protected. So proper insurance in place on top of your investment account, investing for long term, and 2 years of cash of living expenses put aside. That's level number 4. Now you may be thinking, level 4 is already easy. It is not a milestone that most people will ever hit financially. But let's talk about level 5, and that's financial independence. Because you hear this a lot. People say, I want to be financially independent, right? But what does it actually mean? So now, assuming you've already arrived, level 4, it's all good, right? You're financially comfortable. Financial independence means that now you've got your investment working for you. Maybe you are collecting, you're getting dividends from your stocks, maybe getting cash flow, getting rental income from your real estate investments, right? Then you got your investments that are producing cash, your money making you money. Let's say the easiest example, your overhead, again, I'm going to use $5,000. Your living expense is $5,000 a month. And now just from the dividends income, from the interest, from your rental income, just your investment alone, now that pays for your lifestyle. So I'm not talking about luxuries. I'm not talking about that fancy vacation, that fancy car. I'm just talking about, your $5,000, you're living okay, but your investment covers that. Now you're at level 5, financial independence. And then there's one last level, and that is financial abundance. And I believe this is the level that you should aspire to be. When you are financially abundant, your investments are throwing off way more cash flow than what you're earning right now. So I'm going to use the $5,000 example again. Your monthly expense is $5,000, but your investment income are producing $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 a month. Multiple, way more than what you are spending. Now you're financially abundant because you're never worried about if you lose that job, if you lose the business. It doesn't matter if the economy goes up and down, you are protected, you are financially secured, and you are financially abundant because you've got more money coming in. Not just savings, you've got that, but you've also got cash flow coming in, income coming in, investment income coming in. That it's way beyond than what you could spend. Now life is very, very interesting. Now your vocation becomes your vacation. You don't have to do something if you don't want to, right? This is what I call F you money, fuck you money. You don't have to deal with anybody that you don't want to deal with, and you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do because you don't really need anything from anybody. You are okay. Now, then you can truly do something because you want to do it, not because out of guilt, not because out of obligation, because this is something that you want to do, something that you choose to do. That's level 6. So my question for you is this: where you are right now, and you got to be brutally honest with yourself. And that's okay. I started at level 1. Everybody started at level 1. I didn't get to level 6 overnight, but you have to be honest where you're at now, today, comment below, and where you want to be. And I want you to set a goal for yourself, realistic goal. Don't say I'm gonna go from level 1 to level 6 in 3 months. That's BS, right? What is your goal? What is your time frame? Where you are now to where you want to be. And by the way, you don't have to always get to level 6. Most people never, ever get to level 6. For some people watching this, maybe you're perfectly happy. You know what? If I even get to level 4, I'm pretty good, right? And once you get to level 4, it doesn't mean you stop there. You can still strive to be more. But that's the 6 levels of wealth. If you find this video useful, make sure you hit the like button and give me a thumbs up. I've got over 1,000 videos on my channel on various topics on finance, on cash flow, on investing, on entrepreneurship.